It's not deja vu all over again, because this is the GT version of the Honda Acura NSX. Let's find out if this mod is as good as the one last week, right here, right now. As I said last week, I always planned to do a review of both mods. This is the review of the mod for the Honda Acura NSX GT3 that, as far as I know, is the same version that is running at Blancpain at the moment. No need to repeat myself, let's jump into it. It should come at no surprise that this looks more like a racing car. Look at all those buttons! And still it has place for the Acura logo. Fuel map, fuel reset, wiper speed, rain light, fire, fire, dimmer, clutch emergency. That doesn't sound good, I never want to have one of those. Fuel pump, a little bit of air, and a lot of electrical thingies. That is a technical word. Ask any engineer, it is. The motor looks different from the mod for the normal Acura, but not quite, and there is a motor in the motor. The car looks quite good from the outside. And check the enormous air intake up front. And the bigger air intake at the back for the brakes. Oh no, I won't be fast. Check the absolute normal tires. Oh bother. In the sound I hear the turbo, the gearing, the mapping of the motor, different motor sounds. And I didn't read anywhere that this was a copy of Kuno's Nismo sounds as with the first Acura mod that I tested, so I expect that the sounds for this mod were really designed for this mod. And that the motor sounds different as with the other mod supports the theory that this is not the Kuno's Nismo sound. And as with the first mod, the motor sound is not linear but a composite of different sounds that change based on the situation. The sound designer of this mod was a very accurate person, which fits to the name Acura Accurate. I'll shut up though. Did you hear the excess fuel burning on the exhaust? Nice detail. This version of the car is almost as stable as the version that I tested last week, because it has traction control and ABS, but it does not have four-wheel drive, neither does it have an electric motor. Both of those are not accepted in FIA GT3 and therefore they are not part of this car. As with the mod that I tested last week, you can drive this car very aggressively, you can brake very late, you can go on the throttle quite strongly, and still the car is gonna be stable. On the other hand, you'll have to learn a lot of braking and throttle points completely new, as this car handles differently, at least to most of the GT3s that I have tested until now. I can really brake at the last possible minute, floor it as soon as I'm thinking about it, drive very aggressively, go very aggressive into the curve and out of the curve, and the tires don't overheat. I'm not sure if this is the correct behavior of the Honda Acura or if this mod is very friendly and specially made for people who don't know how to drive very well. The good setup of the Aero from the get-go helps in this driving aggressively. As you know, I don't touch the setup for these reviews, so I can give you an unfiltered opinion. The force feedback of this mod isn't as accurate as the force feedback for the mod that I tested last week, but it's accurate enough, for example, to let me feel that I tanked 150 kilos of fuel, and the behavior of the car is of course different than if you only have 3 to 4 kilos. And talking about fuel, from what the fuel app tells me, this car in this mod drinks up less fuel than the car in the mod before, and that somehow cannot be. This is a GT3 car, the other was just a racing car. The racing line for the AI is very good. It knows exactly where to brake correctly and where to use the throttle correctly. On the other hand... Hey! Well, we all know that Assetto Corsa's AI can be a tad too aggressive sometimes. As with the mod that I tested last week, this is a mod that I could be racing all day and all night. It feels that good, it's that much fun. Do I need to make myself clear about what I think of the look? The look is fantastic, 5 eyes out of 5, no discussion. If you want to know why, take a look at the beginning of this video. The sound in this mod is very good, with the added bonus that it seems to be programmed specially for this mod and not copied from Kunos like in the first mod. It's again a composite sound made of different sounds that are added individually where needed, and following that the immersion is very good. It gives you a very good impression, you really feel like being in the car. Granted, it's not Assetto Corsa Competizione or Race Room Racing Experience good, but this is Assetto Corsa. The sound has been programmed within its limits, and within those limits is one of the best sound composites I've ever heard. For the sound, as you can imagine, I give it 5 years out of 5. With regards to the driving feeling, the force feedback doesn't feel as well as with the mod last week, but it feels very well. You feel a lot of things in the car. There was a difference in the behavior of the car and of the force feedback when I had loaded a lot of fuel, but as it doesn't reach the 5 out of 5 from last week, I give it 4 out of 5. I would like to mention the AI especially, as it was very good. It was very difficult to race against it. I could not use the tricks that I normally use against the AI on Nürburgring with other mods. I would say that the AI here is excellent. Driving against these mods AI is gonna be a wonderful challenge. This is a mod that I could be driving all night and all day. It's a lot of fun. Based on what I encountered in this mod, it's no wonder that Honda went with the Acura NSX into Blancpain, because this car feels like the other cars that I've been driving for Blancpain, and I'm talking of course about my experiences with Assetto Corsa Competizione. This mod isn't as good as the mod I tested last week, but it's very near to it, incredibly near to it, and it's lots and lots and lots and lots of fun to drive. I can recommend it wholeheartedly. You're gonna have an enormous good time, being it racing it yourself or giving it to friends who don't know how to race as well as you do, or racing against the AI. That would be all for today. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked it, applaud by clicking on the thumbs up and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell to become part of our family and to be informed about new videos. And until next time, save fuel, take pickup, and we'll see each other at the podium.
Visit romrom.net to connect to fellow sim racers and sim racing fans.